All right, welcome back to another video. I want to give you an example of what a Roth IRA account or even another type of IRA account could do in just a short period of time using Grayscale and other crypto stocks throughout the crypto cycles. I just did one about my son's Roth IRA, which has like $5,000 in it. I'm going to bump it up to like 12 total with another $7,000 investment here as we cross over the new year. But this Roth IRA that I have right now, it's got a little over $100,000 in it. It had about a year and a half ago. It was in a SEP IRA with like 25 grand, and I converted it to a Roth this past July or June, and it's now sitting at about 100 grand or so. So what could I do? What's this thing going to look like by the time I can start taking this out? Now, right now I'm 50. I really have to be about 60 before I can start taking this out. So I've got this cycle and 2 more cycles after it to basically pump this thing up. Now, just as a FYI, I was basically ignoring my SEP IRA account that had like 25 grand in it because I was like, well, that isn't going to do shit for retirement. So I was going to ignore it. But this is what happens when you decide not to ignore even small amounts of money and do something with it. So my 25 grand is now worth 4 times what it was before I put it into Grayscale. So it's just over 100 grand right now. And what's going to happen? I'm just going to go through some really naive, conservative estimates is what I think I can do, and then I'll explain how things could really explode beyond the examples I'm giving you. So let's just naively say that I'm only able to get a 10x return from where we're at right now. I think that's super naive and very low ball in it, but let's just say that. Let's just say a 10x. That would bring this Roth up to $1 million. Okay, and let's say don't even try to increase that $1 million through dividend ETFs or anything. I just sit in cash till the next bear market, buying at the bottom of the bear market into MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Grayscale Trust. All right, I got $1 million going in, and I do a 10x from the bottom of the bear market, which I think is laughably small. But let's just say I do that. That 1 million goes up to 10 million. Then I repeat the process. Let's say in the next cycle, I can only get a 5x return, which I think is laughably small. Now that goes up to $50 million. So I went, in this cycle, I go from 100,000 to 1 million. Next cycle, I go from 1 to 10. Next cycle after that, I only get a 5x and go from 10 to 50. You see that? A $25,000 SEP that I was ignoring can go up to $50 million before I reach retirement age. Now, I have not even talked about the following. I haven't talked about any kind of rotation between Grayscale Trust, between other crypto stocks like MicroStrategy, Coinbase, the Bitcoin miners, any of that. I haven't talked about selling some of the trust or other assets when unnatural run-ups occur, like what happened this past March. I should have, in hindsight, I should have sold off some of my trusts that were in my IRA accounts and then just sat in cash and bought back in when things crashed. But I didn't. I'm going to try to do better next cycle. You always learn as you're moving along in your investment journey. You learn. Hindsight is 20/20, right? You learn. That's what you're supposed to do. But I haven't talked about that. I also have not talked about investing into high-yield ETFs or growth stocks. So let me just give it another example doing some of those things, or just actually one of those things. So in the first example I gave you, this 100K did a 10x, right? And I cashed out and I have $1 million. The next cycle, I'm sitting in cash. I'm doing a 1 million. I'm doing a 10x on that to get up to 10 million. And then I'm doing a 5x in the next cycle to get it up to 50 million. Okay, that's the naive. I'm just sitting in cash getting 10x and 5x returns, right? So let's not even assume we get more than 10x or 5x returns in the crypto cycles. I want to be really conservative here to show you how easy this is to become a super mega millionaire easily with investing. Okay, so 1 million, let's say I do a 10x, right? Which I think is laughably small, but let's just say 10x and I cash out at $1 million. I'm going to park that $1 million into probably high yield dividend ETFs and hopefully get it up to like 1.2 million before I get to the depths of the bear market. Then I'm going to take that 1.2 million and I get a 10x return on it, which gets me up to 12 million. Okay. First example, I was only getting up to 10. I'm getting up to 12. And then I'm going to take that 12 and I'm going to park it into high yield ETFs or whatever. And I'm going to try to get it up to 15. Okay, assuming I get up to 15, I can do a 5x is what I'm saying, return on that in the next cycle, which I think is laughably low, and get it up to the account up to $75 million. First example where I didn't put it into growth assets like high yield dividend ETFs or anything else, I got up to 50 million. In the second example where I got up to 75 million. Again, this example did not talk about getting higher returns other than a 10x, a 10x, and a 5x in this cycle and subsequent cycles. I did not talk about doing rotation. I did not talk about selling some things off, a portion of shares off when things went kind of in the mania phase, and then buying back in when things crash. I didn't do that because it's tax-free. There are no tax implications in an IRA like this. There's no difference between short-term and long-term cap gains rates. There's zero, right? Inside of an IRA when you're trading. So this is conservatively, this account in the next 10 years will probably be somewhere between 50 and 75 million. That's on the conservative side. And I think I can make some moves that maybe get me closer to 100 million. That's what you can do. The dinky little $25,000 that I had sitting in a SEP that I was basically ignoring can be turned into, anywhere between 50 and 100 million, I think, fairly easily over the course of the next 12 years. That's me. That's my strategy. That's what I'm going to do. Why not? Why not do something with this? And it's like, if you know what assets to go into and what you can do, it shows you how much money you can make. Obviously, in these examples, I'm leaving everything on the table. I'm not taking anything off to enjoy life. You should, I think, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, just ignore my opinion. I'm a YouTuber. But, and none of this is financial advice, as always. But in a normal account, take some of the profits, enjoy yourself, pay off your mortgage, go on vacation, do stuff like that, obviously, right? But in an IRA account where you kind of are forced to let it sit and ride until you reach retirement age, unless you take it out early and pay a massive penalty in terms of taxes, you're kind of forced to let that money ride. And if with that forced money in an IRA account, you just put it into the right assets and leverage the crypto cycles, you can make out like mad. You do not need to start out with a ton of money. In my son's Roth, which will have approximately $12,000 starting out, by the time he's 7 right now. If you didn't see that video, he's 7. By the time he's 19 or 20, it should have between $30 and $60 million in it, and he'll be 19. He won't be able to touch that money until he's 60 or older, because I'm sure they're going to increase the age of tax-free withdrawal for these things by the time he gets that old. But it's just crazy what you can do. Absolutely crazy. And it's worth it to set up a traditional IRA if you don't have a Roth. If you don't qualify for contributing to a Roth, set up and contribute to a traditional IRA and then do a Roth IRA conversion on it. Pay the upfront one-time penalty. If you do it at the beginning of the year here, you're kind of doing it before the crypto cycle takes off. It's a really good time to do it. Just my opinion. Again, it's just my opinion. I'm just doing it on YouTube. I'm nobody. Homeless dude in a Jeep who's not in his Jeep right now. But think about this stuff for your IRA. For yourself, for your kid. Look, if you have a Roth IRA for your kids, definitely do that. It's definitely worthwhile. All right, that's it for now. I'll do another video tomorrow or the next day. I'm still getting over a cold, but I want to talk about some things like mindset stuff, grayscale stuff. I'll talk about a couple different things. But until then, we'll see you guys soon. You guys take care.